From time to time, a new technology enters our lives that changes the way today's people live. And one such technology that has changed the way mankind lives, what do you think? The internet, right? Maybe electricity. Today, dear friends, we are living in time where technology has not just appeared in front of us. It is already developing at a fast pace. It is already being used, so to speak, is in mass adoption and will be adopted by you and me. It is changing the way we live. This technology is called blockchain. I'm sure that everyone has heard this word by now. So today, I would like to talk about this technology. Let's talk about time. The most valuable resource in everyone's life is time, which cannot be turned back and returned to us. We can earn money somewhere else. We can improve our health, but if a second has gone or a minute has gone, we cannot get it back. And I would like to look at such thing as time from the point of view of building a financial capital. And we often overestimate our possibilities in the short term, trading by the way, and underestimate it in the long run. And today, I've prepared a short guide on how to create a digital capital, or how to create a substantial capital without the need of big investments. After all, most of us don't have large amounts of money. Millions, tens of millions. But each of us, in any case, not only wants to make money, but also to make money work for us. It is to increase our capital in the future, which is a great goal, not to worry about money. Would you like to just relax and not worry about money? Who wants this? Who cares about money today? Honestly, who cares about money? Of course, everyone, thank you. Everyone has raised their hands. Who didn't raise their hands, they're just lazy or just kidding me. And for me, as a person who loves money, I love money. I love to eat good food. I love to treat my friends. Money is very important. And that's why, as an entrepreneur, I've always been looking for some new opportunities that would allow me personally to increase my capital, to make money. And in fact, I have succeeded so far. And today, I have this wonderful opportunity to share with you the strategy that is close to me, which I adopted in 2016 when I turned my attention to such technology as blockchain, and then already a derivative of this technology called cryptocurrency or digital assets. Back in 2017, I started talking about cryptocurrency within such a new concept as digital assets. Today it is already in use. Here, from the stage, we have heard the word digital assets many times from our colleagues, our friends. Andrei Gagarin has already started by saying that they are already controlled, already regulated. This is very cool. For the first time, I remember I encountered the word Bitcoin in 2011. In 2011, my business was giving loans to small and medium-sized businesses. I had 150 branches across the Russian Federation. We made loans to entrepreneurs to start any kind of business. It wasn't even medium. We were concentrated mainly on small businesses. One day in the city of Nabережные Челны, where my head office was in the main city center, right, and on that day, my secretary comes to me and says, "Artur, there's this guy who wants to see you, says he's Andrei, and that you know him. He's not our registered client, but can you see him?" I look out the door and be like, "Oh, I know him. We were in junior high at school number 35. I said, "Sure, come on in." So he enters the room and starts telling me that he's got a super cool idea. 2011, September. Who can remember how much Bitcoin was worth? About 17 cents, or give or take $11. There was such a spread there. And he says, "Artur, I want to start Bitcoin mining, and I need 1.5 million rubles." I was like, okay, sure. A curtain closed down my eye when I heard the word mining. Then he said the word Bitcoin. A second curtain closed. I'm a fairly down-to-earth person. I need to understand where he's going to get the money to close my credit. For me, it's simple. Take 1% loan given away at 5%, 4% earned. I kept 2 for operational and administrative expenses and 2 for myself. So the math was simple for me. I said, okay, fine, but how does it work? What is this? So I started asking questions, but I didn't get it. Imagine, the year 2011, I said, look, I don't make these decisions myself. I have a security service, a legal department, plus I have a system for reviewing applications. The security system probably won't let you through unless you provide collateral, some kind of real estate, an apartment or a car. Do you have anything to pledge? If there's a 2 million in collateral, I'll give you 1.5 million right now. He said, I don't have anything. I live with my mom. But the idea is awesome, he said. In the United States, everyone is already doing it. There are already mining farms there. Something is already being launched in China. I thought, geez, what people wouldn't do just not to work. I really thought it was a scam, a pyramid scheme, a casino. I even went to some search engine. I typed in what Bitcoin was. There was nothing in Russian. Nothing in Russian about Bitcoin. Some English articles were out there. Bitcoin's white paper was available, and there were many different advertisements for all sorts of Bitcoin crane games, different online casinos connected with Bitcoin. I thought casinos are not my thing. Well, in the end, I turned it down. A few days later, I had to travel to Moscow and bought my new car, Lexus IS 250, for exactly 1.5 million rubles. I was definitely very happy. Now I'm thinking, if I had used all that money to buy Bitcoin back then, I wouldn't even be here. Although maybe I would. But do you have any idea how much money, what an opportunity I missed back then? My next encounter with Bitcoin was in 2016. In 2016, I bought my first Bitcoin. For $600. Almost a year later, my wife came on to me and said, listen, I really want to go to the seaside, see Turkey. We just had our second daughter. I said, good idea, cool, I also want to do that. I did the math with our money. Just so that you know, at that moment, I was on the edge of bankruptcy with my company. I had more debt than income, but I remembered that I bought Bitcoin for $600, and in 2017, in September, I think, the price grew to $3,500. I thought, oh great. Logging into my account, looked it up, saw that the price went up, and then I told my wife, I have good news, we're going to Turkey. I sold Bitcoin for $3,500, and we went to some 4-star hotel, spent all that money, and relaxed a bit for 10 days. My daughter was 2 months old, and my oldest was 3. We arrived to Turkey, and what do you think? Bitcoin is already worth $4,000. And soon, by the end of our vacation, Bitcoin is already $9,000. What happened to my mood? Ilnur showed you. Psychology of lost profit has worked as it should, but I'm not one of those people who engage in pessimistic moods. I wasn't really upset because being in Turkey and having some vacation is great. And only then this got me thinking, how is it possible for me to create capital and make it grow? So that in the meantime, I will not go crazy about the rates and prices and make it grow. And then I came up with my fairly simple plan, a working strategy which has been used by major investors before and still used today. And this is not speculation and short-term gains, but the creation of capital. And the creation of capital usually pursues two things. The first thing is the preservation of the already existing money that you have in your pocket. Let's say you earned 10,000 rubles. Either you spent it on the entertainment, food or other things, or you can put some of the money aside. Think about what will happen tomorrow, what will happen in a year, 2, 3, 5, or when your children grow up. And the second investment goal is capital growth, increasing of what you have. At all times in the civilized society, a normal person has always pursued this goal. A conscious, responsible person who not only wants to make money today, but he also thinks about the future. Not only about his own, but also about the future of his children, relatives, and so on and so forth. Therefore, the preservation of the existing capital and capital growth is really a serious task in the life of every successful person. If you consider yourself successful, then I think we should set on our minds on such tasks, because earning money is really only the first task, but being able to keep this money and increase it is a totally different story. I suggest that right now we don't dive into how to make money here and now, by trading, by speculation, by sales, and so on, but rather about how to save the money that you are earning today, and of course everyone is earning money one way or another. If you are thinking, adequate person, you earn money, because this task is much more difficult than just making money. And here, it is of utmost importance to choose the tool, asset in which you will invest your earned money. Usually, the favorite asset is real estate, gold, precious metals, and others. Maybe some people invest in cars, thinking it is an investment. I suggest that as an alternative to bank deposits or classic investment instruments today, my friends consider the cryptocurrency market, blockchain technology, as a potential asset that will grow in the future and make you very rich indeed. The challenge that most of us, the people who want to create a capital, have is how to create a big capital with little money. And please, take a look at the next slide, where we see the performance of a cryptocurrency like Ethereum over the last 7 years. Not even in recent years, but from 2015 to 2021 for 7 years. And if you and I were to wake up every year on August 23rd to buy $1,000 worth of cryptocurrency in Ethereum every year, woke up on August 23rd, 2015, we bought Ethereum. Next year, woke up on August 23rd, bought Ethereum, and did this 7 times until 2021, then you and I would have spent $7,000. What's $1,000 a year? Who has an iPhone? It is an iPhone. One iPhone is $1,000. That is, every year, instead of an iPhone, buy yourself an Ethereum, for example. So you and I would have accumulated 862 Ethereums. This is a fact. It's hard to argue with the numbers. I like math a lot. So do the homework. Spend $7,000. Out of that $7,000, we got 862 Ethereums. Here we see the real price on the date of purchase. Here the amount we receive. The more expensive the asset, the less we get. Is that clear? So the price of one Ethereum as of today, I corrected the presentation a little bit yesterday, as of March 29th, 2023, is 1,816 of one Ethereum. So multiply 862 Ethereums by this price, you get over $1.5 million. In 7 years. My oldest daughter is 9 and my youngest is turning 6. My son was born recently. He's 1 year and 3 months old. Time has flown by without me noticing. Couple of gray hairs on my head, of course. So here we can clearly see how time equals money. Indeed, when I started to dig deeper and deeper into investments, more and more into the task of creating capital, I noticed that the long-term investor always wins over a short-term trader in terms of profitability. Well, first of all, because a trader makes a lot of trades, a trader puts his heart into it. A trader does not sleep. Firstly, his life is shortened. Secondly, the trader pays taxes from each deal. Here, when we just buy steadily, we save money on all of this. In rubles, 120 million rubles. Tell me, in Kazan today, can you live off 125 million rubles? Well, you can buy a good house in Borovia Matushina, right? For 40 million, you can buy a good one. And the Lamborghini Urus. Basically, that's all. You can also be a little more modest, but you can feel more confident. Let's look at another example, Bitcoin. We all love Bitcoin. We've all probably bought it, right? I bought it for $600, sold it for $3,500. If we've been buying it since 2011, the time when Andrew came to me and offered to mine it, even if we just bought it without mining, we would have accumulated 127 bitcoins, see? 127 bitcoins. We only would have spent $10,000. You could say it was a higher purchase, instead of paying a mortgage every year. In total, as of today, or to be more precise, as of yesterday, the value of Bitcoin was $28,000, and the value of the capital today would be $35 million. In rubles, it is 284 million rubles. So we conclude, friends, here it is, a simple working scheme, which each of you can start using today. And you do not need to pay commissions to traders, you do not need to pay commissions to brokers, and you do not even need financial pyramids. Here we have this. The question is different. Will Bitcoin become more expensive in the future? Will the cryptocurrency even be relevant and in demand? Yes? Well, let's answer it. Will it? 50-50, probably. But today I see, as a specialist in this field who has been in the market for 7 years, how the market is developing and how people like politicians and even presidents are interested in the crypto market. That is why I think in the next 5-10 years the market will still develop. In general, what conclusion can we draw out of it? We must start investing as early as possible. Why? Thank you. Because capital equals money, multiplied by time, multiplied by the interest. See the second option. If we started investing in Bitcoin not in 2011, but in 2016, it is 5 years later. Then the value of our capital would have been 4.5 million rubles. Not 200 or something, but 4.5. Do you see what a difference this makes? That is, the earlier we take risks, the earlier we invest our money, as Ilnur said, an amount of money that we are prepared to lose, the more opportunities we have. The strategy here is buy and hold. Plus, with an elixir like regularity, and regularity, we know, if this is regular, we feel good. The same applies here. If we go to the gym regularly, get the result, more muscles mass or a beautiful waistline. If you invest and build up capital regularly, every year or every month, you set aside some amount as an asset, surely in the long term you will have great growth. Here again, we have an example with the Ethereum cryptocurrency. If we invested $1,000 each year, then we would be millionaires today. As Warren Buffett famously said to all of us during the accumulation of any asset, our main interest is that its price remains static or declines. At the same time, there are a lot more people willing to buy when the market is rising, as it is now, than when the market is falling. Buying is best when market is falling. And another secret is diversification. Bitcoin, Ethereum are all good, but as they say in Russia, if I would have known, I'd live by the seaside now. Crypto fans say, if you would have known, you'd buy Greece. Diversification means not buying just one Bitcoin or just one Ethereum. There are over 20,000 different cryptocurrencies on the market today. And most of them are dust. The capitalization of the market today is $1 trillion in total. Of that, the capitalization of the top 20 is exactly 1 trillion. Everything else is irrelevant. There's little value there. So if you and I just buy the top 20 cryptocurrencies and rebalance them maybe once a year, that is enough. Dump one, buy something else, then basically you will always be happy and your capital will increase. For this idea to work, for it to really bring you results, it is important to define the market, to believe in it on the basis of knowledge. We have received enough of it here today to define a strategy, plus make regular purchases, have patience. That is time. Just make a plan for yourself for 5 or 10 years. I will do it. And make sure to diversify. Don't look for a needle in a haystack. Just buy the haystack, as they say. Well, about how to increase your capital 77 times, I will tell you in more detail tomorrow, more precisely on Saturday, April the 1st, at my online crypto seminar. I will be in Dubai on Saturday and will be broadcasting from there, and each of us can connect from the comfort of our homes. There's still time. Whether or not we understand what crypto is, whether we believe it or not, either way, I'm convinced that in the next 10 years, every one of us, and moreover, even our children, will be active users of cryptocurrency. The only question is whether you and I want to take advantage of this once-in-a-century opportunity to make money on it and increase your capital, or simply become a grey mass that will use this technology today, just like we use our iPhones and Telegram. Look, everyone's listening. There you go. Thank you very much to the organizers.